Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. The advice to the householder is taking a higher turn to be a sadhaka, an aspirant. How you live in the world, how you withdraw, how you will be able to be free from all obligations and duties of life, how you will discharge your responsibilities and duties. All these aspects of life has been told by Sri Ramakrishna. Now he is coming to another thing. M is asking the question, what is the meaning of God, realization of God? What do you mean by God vision and how one attains this? So we see Sri Ramakrishna is giving what is exactly the path by which a person goes. What is God realization? What is God? What do we mean by vision? He begins with how a normal sadhaka approaches. Here, there, he hears, and by the time he understands the world and says, enough of it, I need something more. I don't know what I need, but I want to be peaceful. I want something that I have not been able to do, I have not been able to achieve, because of which I feel lack of something in my life. My inner is not satisfied. I have everything. Whatever we aspire for, we are getting all that. To some extent, may not be my huge dreams are satisfied, but for living, for all that what is needed has been provided, or we are making arrangements for all that. But whatever we get in this world, because the world itself is constantly changing and impermanent, so everything is flowing and inner fulfillment is not there. I have to seek something beyond what I possess and what I can get here also in future at any time. That also is not going to fulfill my inner needs of my existence. So an understanding comes, I need to do something. I don't know what I have to do. What exactly I need also I don't know. I have got not fulfillment. I don't have that fulfillment. Abhava, void within, something lacking within. I want fulfillment of that. And how to attain also I don't know. What I need also I don't know. What I should do also I don't know. That kind of. Then from childhood he has been brought up in a tradition. From childhood we hear about something called God, something called Mother Nature, and our own existence, our karmic, how I act and do, simple law of action and reaction. Whatever you do, you have to reap, my child. All this we hear, and something beyond is there which is governing my life. Something beyond is there which is governing this universe. That kind of understanding. People say, we have read in the saint's life, we can realize that. And that is the only way, unless we transcend this relative existence in which we live, unless we transcend this nature in which we live, our inner nature, kama krodha, external nature, old age, this, that, bodily awareness, people telling something, the situations of life, circumstances in which we are placed, all this external nature, unless we are able to forbear, be indifferent to that, or forbear to the maximum extent that they don't affect me. I am seeing some children are being brought up around from my college days, school days. We are brought up in a different way. Now the modern society, modern children are being brought up in a different way. The day I get a child, all types of enjoyment we have to renounce. There we see where they make mistake. I was thinking, we continue our enjoyments. That affects the child very much. Simple. The day I get a child, I have to sacrifice all my enjoyments. Even to the extent, if possible, I will not sleep on a cot, on a bed. I will sleep on a mat. When there is heat, I will not run after the fan. I bear. And the children who are brought up, they get slowly accustomed in such a way, they too don't say, oh, it's so hot, I will want AC, this, that, nothing will come in there. Because they have seen, from the childhood, from the birth, they are living like that. As if there is no fan, as if there is no AC. When cold comes, to the maximum extent to bear. That is, instead of heavy clothing, simple, small sweater, thin sweater to wear during the winter, socks, cap and all. Sophisticated things, if we start, that is, I am becoming more and more body. And simple food at home. Never go to the hotel or never bring anything from outside. Then the children will grow in an entirely different. Here we make mistake. We continue to enjoy. They demand. And we cannot say no. Because people feel, I have brought up my children in a nice way. What all I could do, I have done, they think. Because there is no sacrifice. I expect a sacrifice to happen. I have told what I have to tell. Live like this, live like that, you should not do like that. All things we tell. But unless they see me observing all that, and apart from my telling and following, I sacrifice. I sacrifice all my enjoyments. Then they will go to the extent of minimum requirements which are necessary. I deprive myself of the minimum requirements also, so that they will be able to live with minimum requirements. If I go for minimum requirements, there needs to be still more. If I continue to enjoy a little, their demands will be more. So how much do I sacrifice more for my children? So here the sadhakatva, when it comes, you must become indifferent to the external things. So here we see a lot of different, tremendous changes coming over. I want to go beyond the nature. So where will I begin? If my parents have taught me to be indifferent to the nature, not to run after, enjoy, but have no cravings. When it comes, participate. Don't have demands. So this is the way that if we are brought up in that tradition, then it is easy for our own self-conquest. And I can go beyond my nature, internal nature. Otherwise, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, raga, dvesha, ahankara, all these inner enemies, very difficult to conquer. The desire to conquer also doesn't come. I get adjusted to such thing. I try to balance between the spiritual and secular. So this should not happen. I must be able to fully. And external nature also. People come and tell something and go. It is external nature working on me. How do I react to it? I have duties to react, but I should not get worked up within for the comments of others. If there is any error, I have to correct. If there is no error, without getting affected within to the insults and all, I must give the reply, proper reply, being inside within myself, feeling no guilt, no hatred or just jealous, or not belittling, not entering into fight, calmly present what you have to dignified way. No, I have not done. This is what you are telling is wrong. And within you must be enjoying that peace and bliss. So external nature and internal nature, both we have to conquer. The conquest begins with the childhood, but most of the sadhakas have not attained that, got the opportunity to overcome the inner. There is another way now for those who could not get the training from the childhood to conquer self-conquest. They have to adopt the universal love. Try to dissolve all the differences. Universal love and service. Wherever it is opportunity, serve. Feel for others. This is another way of self-conquest, wherein you feel more and more expanded. You are expanding. So you want to transcend the nature. The only way, nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya, you have to conquer the nature and go beyond. You have to transcend the nature and go beyond. So for that, the decision, I have to go beyond into the transcendental realm. The transcendental realm itself is God. The existence, the eternal, unchanging reality is the God. So I have to go in that. I understand what it is now to some extent. I have not seen, I cannot see, I cannot understand actually what it is. Like a blind child, I am understanding what is light. I am understanding what are the colors. First I hear the names of the colors. I am blind. Then they will teach me there is something called light, there is something called sea, there are various colors. I start repeating white, red, blue, yellow and all that, but I am blind. I know what are the colors existing, what are the color combinations, what is meant by shades of color. All things I understand, but I have not seen. But I aspire to see, and by grace of God, some thing may click up that I am able to get back my eyes. I may get back the intensity with which I long for. Something awakening might be there. So here also we can't understand God till there is a spiritual awakening. What exactly the God means, what exactly Chaitanya means. First thing you go beyond is your mind. The barrier of mind, the first day or first moment that you cross the barrier of mind, you will see the light of consciousness, Chaitanya. The light of Chaitanya. What is God? A glimpse of God you will see when you transcend, when you enter into Vijnanamaya Kosha. So here you see that the one who has begun to walk on that path to go, he has not seen, he doesn't know what it is, yet, not that he doesn't know, there is a thing which I don't know. I have to reach that. That understanding. Almost all scientists also trying to find out now whether it is a chemical bond, how much of brain they have, something is there, what is binding each element with the other. How is that bond? How it could be? Finally they will get, one scientist got, benzene ring, how it will be, atomic configuration, what it is. So it could be this, it could be that, how much of energy, how much of time, how much of something flashes from within. Similarly, this flash, that flash, even after it answers all the questions, it answers all the problems. Now suppose benzene ring or atomic configuration, it answers all. But it is true that I have seen the configuration or benzene ring, there is no, I cannot say. But because it answers, here it is not so. I have seen, I have experienced. Just like I have no doubt regarding, I have seen my friend or I have seen this table. There is no, anybody asking any question, any time regarding that table or that person, I am able to tell. I am seeing practically. It is a direct experience, not indirect experience. So in case of spiritual life, every step is a direct experience that leads to the next step of opening. So here we see the one who has begun is called pravartaka. Pravritti, pravartaka. He is begun. And the next stage, after some time, he has started seriously doing, sitting in a corner, getting up early before all others get up, and doing some japa, dhyana and all, without losing the external away, not allowing any other thoughts to come, not allowing oneself to enter into sleep or lethargy, whole fully awake to the what I am doing, feeling the intense presence of the divine. All this he has started doing, and he is called the sadhaka. In sadhaka, when he begins also, sadhakatva will not awaken. After doing for a long time with great devotion, he will see one way he has got accustomed to it. The other thing is he is not able to live without it. Suppose he doesn't do worship a day, how much of you suffering? Oh, I could not do today, I could not do today, I could not do today. That kind of awareness within. I have to finish, I have to finish. This is one thing. And then he is sincerely doing and is feeling, in case he doesn't do, he is feeling restless. And the third thing in sadhaka is, how can I go ahead? It should not become a routine in which I am caught up. I have started moving, I have to keep moving. Every day must be a new day. Everything must be a new way of doing. I must feel the progress. That is, how do I weigh my progress? I become less interested in the external things which are temporary time. I want something eternal. So passing things I do just for continuation of life, just to see that my family affairs are going on smoothly, to everything, all are happy. To that extent alone I am getting involved. I am more interested in self-conquest, self-mastery. Why I have not attained yet? how much of spiritual, how much expansion I have got, how much of awareness of divine I am able to calculate. So these awarenesses that he is becoming less and less interested in the worldly prospects that are of transitory type. Today it is there, it is not there. He doesn't fight out, he doesn't not claim his rights unnecessarily. So where there is a problem of a quarrel, problems, these things which can be avoided, because loss of time, loss of energy, not that he is a fool, not that he is going to give up his life in the world, but he doesn't live a worldly life, but all the duties of life to preserve the property, to take care of the children, to see that everything goes on well, everything he attends to as an offering to the divine. So this person who is the two important things, universal love and detachment. These are the twin principles. Even Bhagavad Gita insists on this dispassion towards the world and passionate attachment to God. In Jagate Virag, Bhagavane Anurag. And God makes all the arrangements as you progress. Sri Ramakrishna says, promises here. You need not worry. As you go towards God, God will make all arrangements for you. So this you will see that he is doing all the arrangements. And this is sadhaka. When sadhakatva awakens, he is fully awake to the divine. His consciousness is filled with divine. When he is sleeping, he is fully aware of God. When he is working, he is fully aware of one part of his awareness is filled. His body and mind is working in the world. His awareness is filled. Love and detachment, two things, important principles to which the sadhakatva awakens will hold on to. Detachment, that is, no attachments anywhere to anything, and fully attached to the divine. Jagate virag, virakti, dispassion, passionate attachment, dispassion towards the world. Dispassion doesn't mean he runs away, he dislikes, no. It is there, he is taking care, but he is not attached. Everything is taking care, but he is not attached. I cannot live without it. This is mine, because circumstances will prove, and nature is such a thing. Everything is impermanent, and it is going away one day or the other. We have to part from everything one day. So that it is not attached, doing all the duties and taking responsibility. Every act is taking his responsibility. This is an important thing. He doesn't shirk off his responsibilities. He doesn't withdraw from the duties of life. But he is not attached to anything, neither attached to the result, not attached to the property. He keeps us belonging to Lord and taking care of it as a trustee and with all responsibility. This is an important thing. Again and again we have to insist. Dispassion doesn't mean giving up things or disliking things. I have dispassion towards the work. Doesn't mean I am disliking the work. No disliking. I am not attached to the work. I am not attached to the fruits. But I will see that the desired fruits do appear. And it is an offering to the divine. It is not mine. It is an offering. Work also, I am doing as a worship. So I am not attached. It is a worship. It is a giving, sacrifice. I am working. The people work for fruit, and the work is mine. It disowns the work. It does the work, but it disowns. It becomes a worship unto God. The simple principles you have to clearly understand. If I am attached to work, I have done this work. The desired fruit may not come, and it becomes a bondage for you. When you do the same work with all interest and dedication, with love, and not attached to the work, it becomes a worship. It goes and it gives the desired fruit, and desired fruit is a fruit that is going to offer to the Lord. And anything he partakes, now I am running a factory, I am getting profit. When I am getting profit, I am not after the profit. I will work properly as a greedy person would do, but I am neither attached to the work nor to the fruit. Means I am not neglecting also. The fruit is God's fruit. Work is worship. Worship and fruit, the profit I am going to get is Lord's prasad for me. It is a gift of Lord. I don't take it as a result of the fruit, action I have done. Action I have done and offer to God, and God has given me this gift. And when I partake also, I take thanking God and feeling gratitude for this greatness of the Lord, grace of the Lord. So the important thing is I am avoiding the bondage by disowning my activities, converting into the worship. Work is I am making into worship by disowning the work. This is called dispassion. And passionate attachment for God. God is mine. That mineness, I cannot leave Him. He has to do this for me. He has to take care of me. He has to give me realization. He has to reveal Himself to me. This mindness which was keeping on God, on the world, He turns it to God. All the things, I am doing this, I am doing that, I am going to achieve, I am going to possess, all this mine is turned to God. I will do sadhana. I will do so much of japa and offer. This gets converted. This is sadhakatva when it becomes how much dispassion and passionate love for God. So this is what we see in the sadhaka's life. That is a great transformation coming over in the awakening of sadhakatva. His sadhakatva awakens. He is immersed in sadhana. He is doing all things of duties as a pure offering to the divine. He is and passionately attachment for God. His awareness is filled with God. No other thing disturbs him. So this is sadhakatva. So sadhakatva awakens. Sadhakatva awakens. Otherwise we'll be lethargically doing our routine. We enter into a routine and make morning I get up, I do the meditation for half an hour, then I will go for my tiffin, chant one's shloka and eat and come. All this same routine every day getting up. It becomes a merry-go-round. Same way I am passing through the same thing. Worship this, that I am doing. Again begin the same thing. I have to evolve. I will be going to merry-go-round, but it must be a spiral evolutionary process. I must go up and up and up. I will be revolving with the routine, not standing there itself. Every day is a new day. Every day is I am nearing to God. Just like otherwise, every person is slowly and gradually moving towards death. Every moment his life is cutting down. Countdown has begun and he is moving towards death. Here he is moving towards God. He is experiencing every bit, every day I am experiencing, I am going towards death. As the old age comes, you will see that it is intensely manifesting. oh, the death is nearing, death is nearing. Like that. Even childhood it was happening, I was unaware because my whole attention was on the world. In youth, I was unaware of my life passing away because I was immersed in the possessions and enjoyments. As the old age comes, all this will fail. You are moving with the same speed you are moving, but it looks like you are moving fast. So, like this, you see, experiencing your movement towards God. I am moving towards God. I am moving towards God. I am moving to. As you come closer and closer, you will see you are moving faster and faster, because like old age, you clearly experience you are passing. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.